Hello and welcome to our astrological vibrations for Saturday, February 18th, 2023 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I lean into my vibes and have faith that I will be able to discern the right way. And I am here today on a Saturday because we have the sun moving into Pisces today. The sun is going to move into Pisces at 2:34 p.m. Pacific time. So that means the first part of the day we have sun at 29 degrees Aquarius, plus the moon in Aquarius, plus the moon meeting with Mercury in Aquarius. So we're starting the day feeling electric as I hear the theme to the electric slide in my head. Very electrical, very stimulating energy to start the day. And then we shift over into Pisces, which has a whole other feel. And when I taught an astro class, that was one of the things that I highlighted for everybody taking the classes. Can you feel this shift? Do you notice it? Do you notice a difference in your response to the universe, in your interaction with the universe? And I usually can feel that shift, and many of them also could. So feel it. Do you feel this shift? So as we finish up Aquarius, tuning in to the vibrational energy, listening to what you get about vibrational energy, because that will help with our Pisces lessons. Every, sign builds on the previous sign. And so in Pisces, the final sign of the zodiac, we are building on top of all of the lessons that we've gone through. And yet the lesson around vibrational energy is, I think, really important. Really important at this time. During Pisces, we are going to have a huge shift. We are going to have Saturn finishing up in the sign of Aquarius and moving into Pisces. This is huge. This is going to be really big lessons. So through most of Pisces, through a good portion of Pisces, we're going to be vibing between these energies, listening to the vibes, and then moving into faith. As I sat with feeling through what is the dominant lesson of Pisces that we can tune into, that's what I kept getting was faith. Including the song, both versions of the song, George Michael's Faith and Limp Bizkit's Faith played in my head. And because that might be the difference in the vibrational energies of faith, right? If you listen to both of them, there's definitely very different vibe from both songs. And I think just where the world is right now, to trust in faith, to remember what my friend Marcia has said, and I have taken with me ever since, that the divine can take anything with malintention, nefarious was the word that she used, and use it for good. Thank you, mahalo. Is a really, really, really important lesson to remember at this time. And I wasn't going to dig into this yet, but I'm actually going to pull up this Journey of Love card because I've been struggling. A lot of times I try to glaze the surface of what's going on in the world and not go too deep into it, because I found that it can sink my battleship when I dig in too deep. That I need to look at things lightly, right? And lately this week, I'm feeling it deeply, and it has threatened to sink my battleship, so to speak. And so the card that I pulled from the Journey of Love is Just for a Moment Joy. And I think this is so perfect to read for Pisces. I'm going to dig into more, but what we feel and express, what we choose at any given time, is an offering to the divine cosmic matrix. It germinates and is reflected back to us as manifestation in this material reality. Can you choose to gentle your heart, to let it be open to light and to life, even if just for a moment? If you are in the midst of darkness or of deep suffering, can you find, even just for a moment, the joy of existence underneath it? It is a wild ride, this life. Every time you open your arms in yes, like this, The universe responds in kind. This oracle brings you a message in this moment. Trust there is joy waiting to be felt and found, no matter how hard that might be to believe right now. Let go of your attachment to the apparent problems at hand as much as you can, and you will be allowing yourself to let the divine take over and sort out what needs to happen. Letting the divine take the lead in our co-creation dance, right? Putting down our sense of control, trusting in the divine, and following the unfolding of this. There is help awaiting your invitation always. Why not let it in and the joy in too? You're being offered divine support to live a less guarded existence, to dissemble yourself a little or a lot, and let your true nature, which is joy, bubble to the surface without rhyme or reason, other than just because it lives. And there's always a little poem that goes with these. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the first line is "Love is magic." And I think we all need to remember that as we dig into this astro incoming. As I think about Saturn moving into Pisces, on March 7th is when it's going to shift in. So, how many weeks is that? Not long. But as I think of it, Saturn is going to bring our lessons of responsibility to faith. So here we get a jump start on this faith energy, right? In the dark of the moon. We're diving into Pisces in the dark of the moon. It's like diving into the deep waters in the dark. And there's not even a moon. There's not even a moon to shine right now, but the stars are shining. There are lights. There are signs. There are guides. We can utilize our senses. We have to use our faith. We also need to use discernment in and through this energy. And that, to me, goes hand in hand with faith. Faith and discernment. And in the midst of faith and discernment lives our intuition. And leaning into our intuition to help guide us through these dark waters is what we are going to need. Now, what I was saying about faith is, as that's going to be a lesson with Saturn and Pisces, Saturn is not an easy planet to dance with. It brings us our master lessons, which, I do have the master card today. It is in reverse, but we are stepping into our mastery of faith. And faith isn't like, hey, it's going to be handed to you easy. That is not going to deepen our faith muscles so much. So this is not a warning of, hey, it's going to be challenging, but it's like, all right, put your swimmies on. Like we talked about the other day, put your swimmies on and get ready to advance your faith and intuition and discernment muscles. Now, discernment is really important when it comes to Pisces because Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and one of Neptune's energies is the energy of illusion. Now, illusion can be wonderful. We can do something that I say often and use your illusion. Use our imagination, use our daydream to create and inspire ourselves. However, there are those in the world who are using the force of illusion to create all kinds of other things that we don't necessarily want to create, that we don't even need to go into. We don't even need to give attention to. And so watch for that. In and through these energies, this is where your discernment is going to be needed. And then utilizing our illusion to take what's being offered and be magic. We have the Magician card, the Existence card. Evolve and shift and daydream and take our personal power of love and bake a new cake. Okay, so what I'm imagining, the image that I just got is, you tried to make a cake and it didn't turn out so well. And so you take that cake and you mash it up and mix it with some frosting and cover it in icing and stick a thing in it and it becomes a cake pop. That is what we're doing with these energies. We worked on alchemy, with Scorpio, that Scorpio-Sagittarius shift. manifestation, we worked on that through Capricorn, taking the steps, making a decision. Vibes were Aquarius, and now it's like, here, we have all of these pieces to make something new. But it's going to be up to us to do that. And that card reminds us, bring that joy, bring that love to support this energy in our co-creation dance with the universe. Now, there's going to be times when you're going to feel flattened by these energies, I'm sure, as I have felt much of that this last week. And yet, take your moment, feel what you need to feel. Don't let yourself stay there, because the world needs each of our magic more than ever right now. Now, besides this energy, like I said, moon in Aquarius building to a new moon, which is going to be happening late on Sunday, early on Monday. I'm going to record that in Monday's scope, but I'll probably write about it a little bit for Sunday. But just recognize the dark of the moon will be bringing stuff up, and that's part of the process. Despite that, we have the playfulness card. Engage in play. Let your heart feel the joy that it needs to help support the co-creation. We are reminded, despite the unfolding, we live in a very friendly universe. There is much friendliness between all of us too that can be cultivated and utilized in this. So who are your allies? Who are on your team? You know, who are those who are rooting for you, supporting you? Recognizing that in this energy can also help. And the final card that I have is patience. Faith, I have learned, does not happen overnight. It is a longer running game. So here we go into the Pisces energy, utilizing faith and discernment and our intuition right smack dab in the middle. So that is it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. Remember that always. Better it gets, the better it gets. All the words have just left my mind. You have the power. Honor your values. And I know I'm forgetting something, but well, this is where we're at right now. Namaste.